So what if the whole system that's supposed to help you find work was actually built to keep you looking forever? Today, we're going to dive into a story that sits right on that razor's edge between a crazy conspiracy theory and something that feels, well, a little too real. It's all about unemployment, big data, and one man who stumbles onto a secret so big it could tear everything down.
This question right here, this is the spark that kicks the whole thing off. It's that critical moment when a victim of the system decides to become something else entirely. Something a lot more dangerous.
All right, let's meet our guy, William Carter. He's a senior cloud architect from Charlotte, has a family, and like millions of others, he gets laid off. Now with the bank threatening foreclosure and his savings just about gone, he's basically the everyman, caught right in the crosshairs of a really tough economy.
Then, when things are at their absolute worst, the phone rings. It's a company called Vexinair, and they're talking about a six-figure job. Now, for a guy who is metaphorically drowning in debt, this isn't just a job offer. It feels like a gasp of pure oxygen.
And you can just see the brutal contrast right here. On one side, you have this amazing promise, a great salary, fully remote, an offer letter in 2 days. It seemed perfect. And then, the reality. Bam! 2 days later, his bank account is completely empty. Credit cards maxed out. That whole, we need your bank details for a background check thing? Yeah, that was just the excuse they needed to drain everything he had left.
So after getting hit by that first scam, he gets pulled into another one. But this trap is way more sophisticated. It's a website, pointedins.com, and it looks totally legitimate. It promises you can pay a fee for direct access to CEOs and the real decision makers. It's perfectly designed to prey on the exact kind of desperation that the first scam created.
See, this wasn't a quick smash and grab like the first time. This was a slow burn. They're selling the CEO direct tier for $200, promising you'll get seen by the top brass. The website is slick, it has testimonials, LinkedIn integration, it all feels real. So William, he sends out 47 perfectly crafted messages. And in return, he gets crickets. Absolute silence. It was never about getting him a job. It was about selling him access to a door that was never, ever going to open.
Okay, this is where it gets really, really creepy. He gets another call, and it's Vexinair again, the first scammers. But this time, they mention his premium outreach on Pointed Ins. And that's the moment the floor just drops out. You realize these aren't random attacks. It's a coordinated system. They're passing his data from one scam to the next, targeting him over and over.
Now we get to the turning point in the whole story. William meets up with his oldest friend, a guy named Nathan, who happens to be an FBI agent. They meet on a golf course late at night, and Nathan hands him a classified folder that is about to change, well, everything.
Nathan just lays it out for him. He says the FBI has literally thousands of complaints just like his, but every single time they start digging, the investigation gets shut down. It gets kicked upstairs. This isn't just organized crime. No way. This is being protected at the highest levels of the government. And then, the bombshell. William opens the folder, and inside is a redacted memo straight from the Director of National Intelligence. It details a secret black program with a codename that says it all: Perpetual Search.
So get this. The program was never meant to help people find jobs. The goal was to keep them busy looking for jobs. Why? Because as long as people are actively searching, they're counted differently in economic reports. It keeps the official unemployment numbers looking artificially low, which in turn keeps the stock market nice and calm. And the memo breaks down the whole cold, bureaucratic machine. They use offshore call centers in places like India to make the calls. Then they bounce the signals through relay servers in the US to hide where it's coming from. And the kicker? They sell all the personal data they collect on gray markets to fund the whole operation. They are literally farming their own citizens for political gain.
And the scale of this thing is just staggering. Nathan, the FBI source, he estimates that 12 million Americans are trapped in this loop. Their hope is being weaponized against them just to make the economic data look good, keeping them on what he calls a hamster wheel of hope.
Finding all this out, it just changes William. He's done being a victim. He is no longer going to wait for the phone to ring. Now, he's going to be the one making the calls.
So what does he do? He scans every single page of those classified documents and posts them all to a dark web forum for other people who've been destroyed by the system. He's not going to the media. He's not going to the authorities. He's going directly to the other victim. And this becomes his rallying cry.
It's an incredibly powerful idea. He reframes the entire thing. He says the people on the phone, they aren't the real enemy. They're just pawns. They're desperate people just like them being used by the same system that's crushing everyone.
The response he gets is immediate, and honestly, it's pretty chilling. He hasn't just found other unemployed 9-to-5ers. He's found a team of highly trained, highly motivated people with a very particular set of skills. They are ready to go.
And with that one simple, anonymous message, William Carter's transformation is complete. He's not a job seeker anymore. He's the leader of a rebellion, and he's ready to take the fight straight to the system that broke him. And that's what this whole story leaves us with, right? This one big provocative question. It throws us into a world where the lines between the victims, the criminals, and the government are so blurry you can barely see them. And it forces you to ask, who's really to blame here? Where does the accountability actually lie?